Good morning, and once again, welcome to my channel where we've been looking at a series of the imperfect noise. In our second series, we'll be talking about the art of becoming. And in the art of becoming, I start by this quote by one Albert Einstein, which says that imagination is more important than knowledge because knowledge is limited, but imagination circles the world. And friends, the power of imagination can only be driven to greater heights when we stretch our perspectives. And so, how then do you get to stretch your perspective? Because we all can become what we imagine. We start in a process by taking our minds onto a road trip. What happens when you see new things? Number one, you get exposure. Consistently being on the move changes perspectives and shifts mindsets. One can have an internal drive to want to explore more. Exposure can be both actual, where you really get out there to an external journey, no matter how blurry things could be. But you go to new places, you meet new people, and you take trips to sites and places you have never seen, because this transforms what is in your mind. Or you can choose to do it locally by simply accessing information, accessing data, reading, being exposed to watching different things, and that increases exposure and clarity. Number two, experience. New information provides a basis of comparison and challenges your early beliefs and convictions. Remember, that is who you have been. To become means a transitional growth and change from one state to another. So, remember that experiences activate your desires and helps demystify your existing limitations. As my good brain teacher Jim Quick says, if you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. Think about that quote. How do you fight for your limitation? What factors or features within you provide that you actually do this? And that is what I want us to think about as we talk about awareness. Because you need to know yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to be at a level whereby you can clearly define and explain who you are. And so, here are 5 cardinal questions that I would want you to ask in your journey towards becoming. Number 1, who am I? Do you know yourself? Do you understand yourself? Can you explain to somebody what you really are made of? Number 2, what do I love? What makes you happy? What excites you? What throws you off to the cliff when you begin doing these kind of things? Number 3, what do I know I am great at? You could love to do so many things. You might want to go to so many places, but there is something that you know, this is me. This is what rocks my ship when I begin to get to do it. And number 4, what would make me really happy? What would you achieve and say, yes, this is what I've done? How would you feel when you've done that thing? Do you know it? Do you understand it? That is what you would do. And number 5, how do I go about attaining this? Because remember, you must have a strategy as to where you want to go. And so, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for engaging, for staying in here with the video, and for walking this journey with me. We will continue to look at different aspects of what really the act of becoming is all about. But then, now, when you visualize to see your destination, to see where you want to go, to see what your end game is all about, I have 4 steps that I would be happy for us to be able to take together. And number 1 is make a decision. I must start to become what I desire. I must say that today is the day when I begin to be different. Today is the day when I begin to take my action steps to become what I desire. And remember, we've talked about imagination, so you've already gone through the steps of realizing what exactly is my end game. Imagine it, be creative about it, be innovative about it, and go after it. After you've made a decision, number 2, attract the destination. You know where you want to go. Now, how then do you get there? What are some of the things that you do to be able to intentionally know where you intend to go? Because literally, when you visualize this, then you see it clearly. So, attract the destination. Number 3, craft a direction. Because if you have a destination, you have to know exactly how to take steps to get into that direction. Where do I start? What do I need? How do I get there? How do I make it happen? Who supports me to make this happen? Craft that direction. With the direction gotten, we now move into engaging dedication, because remember, nothing happens if no one works. You have to be the person who becomes dedicated to taking that action and being consistent about what you want to do. But remember, you've engaged your faculties as a start, and in the art of becoming, you must first of all be very clear about what you attract. So be intentional about developing your new reference points. You are so used to certain things. Your status quo has told you about your limiting beliefs, and you've constantly maybe believed, I cannot go out of here. I have never moved out of here. I have never experienced this and that. I have never known anything apart from this. That is what your reference points are telling you. But remember, you must crush it and start anew. I love Albert Einstein, and he says we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when creating them. Now, that's a big challenge. So you must become aware of what led you into the situation you are in today. And because you want to become something else, you have to shift your mindset. You have to think renewed. You have to go into a new space whereby you look at things differently, so that you can reflect in retrospect to be able to know, these are my new reference points. These are the new things that I desire. This is the new location, the new height that I need to reach. I do not want to be left into a frame, but I want to move into a new journey. And so you must recreate your thinking and solve your problems differently. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my banging point as we take it home. And I say, challenge and change to your new realities, because you must change your new realities. You cannot constantly go back or stay where you are and hope to become different. Be unapologetic about your new steps. Go out there and get these things done. To attain that new frontier, you must be prolific. And so when you get out there, you will be able to learn new things. Is this going to be easy? Is this going to be a soft landing? No, but trust me, for you to become, you must start the journey. And when you start the journey, make it intentional. Follow the steps that we have talked about. Attract the new spaces that you want, and your mind will be blown away. Simply because new opportunities come in with new challenges. New challenges can only mean you must become better, bigger, and greater at everything that you do. And by the end of the day, you will find peace. You will be at home with what you desire. You will get the greatness that you need. And that is becoming.